Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? Happy Friday to you. And thanks for stopping by and checking out the stream. How y'all doing today? Hopefully it's been a productive week or a relaxing week, one or the other. But both is also good. Started the stream just a little bit late because I was having a little bit of fun with Vite. Um, we've been talking about it off and on, right? Because Redwood introduced Vite, experimental Vite support with 4.1, I believe. And yeah, and I have actually been using Vite and slowly incorporating it into my various React apps. And I just been enjoying it because it is easy to set up. Like the Webpack configs and all type of stuff that you have to manage, and like Vite just does that. Simple scripts to set things up, configure. Very well documented in terms of migrating away from Create React App to Vite. So I definitely enjoy it a lot. All right, let's get some little ambiance music going. So today's going to be a little bit of a shorter stream. We're not going to be doing any coding because I have some stuff to do today. And I'll talk about what that is. But hey, how's it going, i7? Hopefully you're doing well. Glad to see you in. We have a little bit to talk about because we didn't have our stream on, what is it, last Friday because busy. So yeah, I thought we'd talk about what is new in Redwood. So that's what we'll focus on today. So if you are interested in Redwood or you just want to keep up with the latest and greatest, that's what we were about to talk about right now. And if you wanted to know what's happening and what's going on with Redwood, you could, I feel like the Discord or the Discourse community are the best sources for that. Let me just make sure I pull up what I need to pull up, and we can get going. So the first thing we'll cover is new releases. Redwood is always great at making sure that the code base is staying up to date. They're smashing bugs, so you'll see patch updates, minor updates pretty regularly. I mean, there was a pretty fast major update that went around, so that's cool. So yeah, but I'm doing well, i7. I'm doing well. All right, so let me share my screen. It would be, no, entire screen, not the window. All right, let's kick this off. So as I mentioned before, with 4.1, we had the experimental support for Vite and a couple other new authentication patterns on there, but that's been out for about 3 weeks now. There had been several patch releases for 4.1 to address any bugs on there, especially around the Vite support. But one thing that has changed is there is now version 4.2 is out. So version 4.2 is a major change. It's a 4.2 change because it addresses a security issue, a security release with a clerk. So the nice thing about this release is that if you don't use clerk for your user auth, you don't have to worry about doing anything. You don't have to worry about making any changes. If you are using Clerk, then you will have to do a change. You have to worry about making a change. But the nice thing is that there is a code mod for this. So you'll be able to run that code mod and it'll quickly do the change in the configuration for you. If not, it is outlined here. And on top of that, there is bug fixes that were found for, I think one was around Redwood execute and a couple other things. So that's great. I mean, 4.2 and things keeping things secure and addressing any issues that are coming about. And then after 4.2 came out, shortly thereafter, there was a 4.2.1 release. And I took a little dive into this, and there was an issue with the GraphQL server. It couldn't read certain properties, and people were seeing errors. This wasn't specific to RedwoodJS, but it had to do with one of the dependencies, which is Yoga, which is the GraphQL server. So Yoga was throwing some errors, so the dependency needed to be updated in order to address that issue. And so that was a straightforward one. So if you were seeing any issues with requests not properly parsing and seeing some really weird errors, updating to 4.2.1 upgrading to 4.2.1 would adjust that right away. So right on top of that, and then continue to roll with the punches. There is now 4.2.2, which addressed another error that was found with GraphQL handlers with handling some decoder stuff. So that one was thrown in there. I think this one, looking at the notes on this one was intended to go with another fix, but it didn't get in with that, which was with I believe with one of the previous releases. So that is, it's weird when GitHub kind of does those weird update things. So that is it for the releases. So 4.2.2 is the latest, and it's a quick update. There you don't have to make any changes, other than if you were to jump to 4.2.0 and you were using Clark for authentication. I7, regarding your Phoenix 1.7 upgrade guide, and some peeps had trouble since the guide deleted too much. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's Chris McCord's guide, right? Too small for the yeah, that's fine. Makes sense with the 4K display, higher resolution. Okay, so that is it for the release notes and stuff like that. One thing I wanted to talk about that was really cool that surfaced on both the discourse and if you follow on Twitter is so I saw this. So someone had asked a question about RedwoodJS and WebSocket connections, because right now RedwoodJS is purely focused on just the regular GraphQL endpoints, request, response, but GraphQL baked into GraphQL specs is the ability to use WebSockets for subscriptions and the like. So a video on the official RedwoodJS YouTube was posted. Let me just put that in the chat, and I will put that on the screen once. Weird. I can't see my own chat message. Okay. That's weird. Anyway, so I put that into the chat. So if you're watching the live stream, you should be able to open up the chat box and see that, because for whatever reason, StreamYard is not showing it. But this is a really cool guide because it is showing a way to get WebSockets into RedwoodJS. And this is experimental, so this isn't first party support for it. Oh, interesting. I see i7. I can see your chats on Twitch, but I'm actually not seeing it on my StreamYard dashboard. Oh yeah, it's super small on your screen, but that's really interesting. So StreamYard is kind of broken right now, but it's a good thing I had the Twitch chat open. That means I might not be able to see the YouTube chat because I don't have the YouTube stream open. But they are, yeah. So subscriptions is a base is because RedwoodJS doesn't roll its own like server. It's using other third-party libraries, other open source libraries. So in this video, Toby goes through how to configure the existing server settings to support WebSockets, and then also how to set up your WebSockets and set up your front end. So in his demo, how to do a card game. That is, you can see right here, he has two browser windows open. And then as he interacts with the game, you can see both windows open, both windows that are open updating. So like two people playing cards or poker, whatever you want to do. So a great example of what's going on. And so this is not built directly into RedwoodJS. Again, if we go and then if you take a look at the video and you actually jump over to the community guide right here, he actually created a special package, experimental package, so that you can more easily integrate the WebSockets into RedwoodJS. So if you want to experiment, one thing that was called out was that because it's not first-party support on RedwoodJS, oh, am I losing connections and stuff? Can you all hear me still? You're live. Okay, so just the camera. I wasn't sure. Okay, great. So one thing to know about this, and in the video he calls out, you were never offline. Okay, I got like a prompt that says the browser has lost connection, but okay, not a deal breaker. It just lost connection to the camera. Okay, thank you very much, i7. So yeah, so the call out is that since it's not first party support, you have to put all your WebSocket logic in one file. So in this example here, let's see if we can up the quality so we can see just a little bit better on here. So the configuration comes from Fastly, and basically for the WebSocket, for intercepting the WebSocket requests, it would have to all be inside this controller. All your application logic would be in here. So you can't like spread it across multiple files like you would with standard Redwood. It's all in one endpoint, and you have to like put all your logic in here. So that's the caveat to that. But if you're interested in WebSocket support for Redwood, I highly recommend checking out the video, clicking on the link, checking out the post on the forum, and also providing your feedback on it, on whether you want this, so the Redwood team could prioritize it if it's something that people really want. So that is a very cool thing to show off that you can extend Redwood. You can extend Redwood. So it's a really cool thing. One other thing that I wanted to show off is we have over here at Zeal, we have a recent blog post by Natalia and Sanjay teaming up together to tell you how to integrate how to set up Tailwind into your RedwoodJS application, and also to set up the styles for it. So global styles. So not just adding Tailwind, because adding Tailwind's pretty trivial in Redwood, which is great, but also doing global customization so you can have everything in your application on brand with colors, sizing. So if you want to stick to certain sizing, certain colors, certain fonts, a really easy guide to follow to set your application up. Let's see. Can you hear me now? Oh, interesting. Even though, okay, the weird. Okay, StreamYard's being weird because even though I hid my mic, I still had my microphone enabled, or even though I had my camera, I had my microphone enabled, but it didn't stick. But okay, but yeah, again, don't know where I heard, but follow this article if you wanted to implement global styles on your application really easily, easy peasy. So yeah, that kind of covers everything I wanted to talk about in terms of Redwood today. Yeah, getting back to you, i7, with the 1.7 upgrade guide. But yeah, I know, like, there's certain things that in the 1.7 guide that are missed, that are slightly missed, which is also why I recommended using the phoenixdiff.org website to also double check what's new. So it makes it even easier. There's no questions about what the configurations are because you can use the diff tool, the diff website, to see what the difference is between the two apps, which I have found extremely useful. Yeah. I think that pretty much covers everything I wanted to talk about today. As I mentioned before, this was gonna be a short stream because oh yeah, one other thing that I wanted to plug is, which is why it's gonna be a short stream, what is also our Learn with Redwood course. So our Learn with Redwood course is getting ready to launch. We should be sending those that signed up for the course will be getting their the first week of exercises to do very, very soon. So that's that's basically what I have to go offline for to help with. So if you're interested in Redwood and and you have difficulty kind of doing self-taught, self-learning, Learn with Redwood, take a look at Learn with Redwood as a means to get yourself up and running and learning Redwood and getting all the good and learning exactly. Oh, there we go. Now the linking's working. So if we click that, Learn with Redwood. Yeah. So check out the course if you wanted to get a guided approach to learning Redwood with videos and support for you. So that's all I got for today. I appreciate you all for hanging out with me on this short stream, and hopefully you catch the video if you're not here live. And I will catch you next week. Yeah, I'll make the call out for the CI/CD because, yeah. Good one. I'll make that call out. But yeah, I'll catch y'all later. I'll catch you in the next stream. See you next Friday, where we should be doing a little bit of coding. I look forward to it. So see you next time. See you at 1 p.m. Pacific next Friday, where we'll talk Redwood news and get some coding done. So I'll see y'all later. Thanks. Bye.